Hi, welcome to my channel. It's Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And today we are going to take a journal cover that has been collaged. So we're going to take it from this to this. So keep watching to see how I did it. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I know in a world where there are tons of, it's not weighed in tons, but a lot of videos out there that you could be watching. I appreciate that you're coming to hang out with me today. So I started this cover, which is a little bit warped, but now from the glue, that's okay because it's going to have a fairly large spine. I'm going to leave the inside as it is, nice and bright and colorful. The outside, I want to change things up a little bit, and just make it a little bit, I don't know what it's going to be. We're just going to start playing and see what happens, basically. Essentially, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab this gel plate just to have a place to put my paint. This is actually gesso. Gesso is an opaque matte white ground applied to surface to seal and prepare before painting. It's just a primer. It's a little less opaque than white acrylic paint. So even though it says it's opaque, it's not as opaque as like a white acrylic paint. So it's nice for using. That's kind of, I'm gonna actually to push back a background that you want to kind of push back but not eliminate. I still want some of the color. Actually, brayering on this will work fine, I think. Or sometimes what I do is I just kind of go, I need some glue. Oh, and by the way, this is a My Sweet Petunia glue press glue gun. And it is it's pricey, but it is very helpful to have if you have chronic pain in your hands or less muscle. I mean, your hands are a little weak from not being able to use them as much, kind of a deal. Just kind of sticking some glue in there. But acrylic paint and gesso kind of act like a glue too. So if I get some of that in there, that will help hold it down as well. But that one was kind of sticking up quite a bit. So sometimes what I like to do is just kind of get all the seams and just kind of spread that out a little bit so that we have more color showing in the middle of it. But this kind of just kind of blends the areas between. And I may fast forward through some of this because otherwise it probably will be quite a long video. Okay, there was a place, oh, right there, there's missing a piece. So I think I'm going to grab my hole punch and some more scraps of some sort. Some scrappies. Let's see. Oh, I am going to be incorporating maps throughout this book too, just because that can kind of represent all the subscribers that sent me stuff. So I'm going to cut a couple circles, and from random places on this map, which happens to be Maryland. That's actually pretty close to me. Oh, a little bit of Baltimore in there. That's where I met Patricia and Mariah and some other arty crafty people. Maybe we'll take another map too. A random one. Just pulling out a random map. Indiana. Just do this little close-up down here. Evansville. Because why not? What's on the other side? I don't know. Sioux Falls. Okay. So, I think the other side of this is DC. There's Washington Harbor. I'm just going to glue these on. I'm okay with, whoops, these little pieces sticking off. I was going to say I was okay with that, but oh my goodness, that scared me. It's my son texting me. That was my phone, not yours. And I'm just going to put one of these here. He was just letting me know that he wears a Dexcom continuous glucose monitor for his type 1 diabetes. And I don't know if you put it on sometime in the night or something. I don't know. It went off at like 6 o'clock, 5:30 this morning, about saying he was really, really low. Like, you know, where it says low, like it's so low it doesn't even register. But when he finger tested, I did the wrong side, whatever. When he finger tested, he was only 111. So, and now, you know, when he fingered, and so then it hasn't been reading it at all. The Dexcom hasn't been showing any readings, because sometimes that happens. You get a sensor fail. Let's see. Do I want any more? I think I do want some more. Just find another random. And that's Delaware. I don't need Delaware. San Francisco. Looks like fun. Might actually be up in Canada here. I don't know. And in California on the other side, I think. San Jose. I don't know. Stuff from all over. Just adding some circles for fun. Because if I go over the edge here, I need to make sure probably that it's enough that it's not going to. We'll do this green side. Yeah, we'll do the green side. Wait, no, because this might be Canada, and I do have people from Canada that send me stuff. Yep, might just go over the corner with that one. Don't know why I didn't go over the edge with the other two. That would have made sense. I think we need one more up here. What's this? Iowa. Except for I think I'm doing Indiana again, but that's okay. Right there. Looks good. All right. And so now we just have the circles, which is fun. I'm going to bring back in the gesso. Oh my goodness. See, glue stick only does so much when it's like painty paper going on painty paper. So, you know, I might have been smart to like do the edges with a stronger glue and the middles with the Scotch Create or whatever. Or maybe that wouldn't have worked anyway, because this one keeps coming up even though I added more glue. You know, this is what happens when you collage. Sometimes you have to glue stuff down again. And I will probably do the Tim Holtz corners on this because I didn't get all the way to the corner. Or I'll do paper in the corner, but possibly the Tim Holtz corners. Is this upside down now? A little bit. Put the cover on your glue. Put the cover on your glue. All right, I'm just going to go in around these circles and just blend that out. Go both directions if I want to. And I'm going to grab onto that cord apparently. Hopefully I didn't unplug my mic or anything because I won't know till later. And then I would have to do a voiceover. And that would be annoying. I'm not like pressing down super hard when I'm... Okay, let's move this cord out of our way before we totally... So we still in frame, kind of. But we totally pull the phone off its holder. Grabbing the gesso from the plate, which is way over there now. Just pushes this back a little bit, incorporate it a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to come in with one of the colors here, which is probably going to be this turquoise color. And I'm going to use permanent ink. I could use paint, but it annoys me how often the paint gets underneath. There's a lot of orange on here too, but I want to kind of decrease the oranginess of this. So I'm going to go with turquoise, you know, as soon as I find it. And I think I will take one of my favorite stencils. This one is the 5x7, but on my plate, I usually use like the 8x10 or the 9x12. I think that the medallions might be slightly different on each one. And just gonna come through and do a little bit here and there. And if I can go over where, you know, pieces, if I can go, you know, like go over several pieces, then it helps to unify the piece, unify it a little bit so it looks more like one piece instead of a whole bunch of pieces glued down, which is nice. I will possibly use other stencils as well. This one was created by Brad at PM Artist Studio. And then I also have some stamps I'll be using. And I might even, I'm using permanent ink. This is archival. And that means that if I want to come back through with some sprays or whatnot, I can. Like if I want to grunge it up with some browns or, you know, add more blues and whatnot. Which, you know, I like to add blues. Blues are pretty common in my world. I would have used VersaFine if I could have found it, but couldn't find it. But it would take longer to dry if I use VersaFine anywhere anyway, since we've got paint and whatnot on here. All right, so hopefully you can see where I've just added a little bit of stenciling here and there. And I think, well, we're just going to go circles, I guess. Yeah, this is, I sometimes use a paper towel or a wipe when I clean the paint off of these and it gets all up in the thing. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to do some of these in black. These are Carrie's, the open circles. There's the closed ones too. But this is what was on my desk is basically why this one's getting used. That's the only reason. No other real reason. I do like to go off the page a little bit. And just kind of double up into some places so it doesn't look like I used that size stamp, I guess. And I do also like to overlap where the stenciling and the stamping go. Oh, let's see. So we've got kind of a medium or larger and a medium size. So I might go smaller now. And, well, I was going to use script, but maybe I do like a houndstooth. So maybe this is not always, it's going to depend on the ink I use, I guess. Ouch. And I sometimes have a little bit better luck if I press the piece down onto, yeah, that's a good place. I want it to be fairly straight. I don't know if I'm getting it straight or not. And I'm just kind of doing it in the middle so I don't end up with like a rectangle. Yeah, that's all right. Let's just put some more on there. Yeah, we're just getting little bits here and there. Just a different pattern than what we've already got. No, it doesn't hardly show there. I'm getting a little bit more coverage where I, do it from the top. Okay, there. Because I have used paint on this, which probably made it not act right. Okay, I think I want some here. If you don't want to get ink on your piece, then don't ink on top of your piece. Just so you know. All right, I'm going to try to get it somewhere around here. There we go. Yay. Let's see. No, it doesn't have to be this. I might also bring in some script. Ooh, let's find the... I don't mind big script. Ooh, or numbers. Grungy numbers? Grungy numbers. Let's see. What color? Because we already have two things in black. And we have that. What's this one? That's brown. I don't really want brown. I might... What's this? Oh, that's the peacock feather. That might be fun. Maybe a little peacock feather in orange, just to bring out some of the orange. Will it be just orange? Who knows? Because who knows what other color I've had on here. And just gonna spread this. Because this stamp was a request from Becky Bokern, and she has sent me some Happy Mail, so it makes it kind of... I'm purposefully not trying to get the end. I just want the swirly bits. Just for funsies. Yeah, Becky requested I do a peacock swirls kind of a stamp. And she has sent me Happy Mail, so it makes sense to use it, right? Totally does. All right, now we have 4 different patterns, 4 different sizes of patterns. We've got little, medium, large, and large, I guess. And what do I want to do next? I might want to... I've mentioned sprays. I might want to do some sprays. Not Villainous Potion. I might even just do, didn't I have brown here a minute ago? Oh, I do want to numbers. I have these numbers. You know what? I'm just going to do some of these numbers here and there in this Chianti. Just where I think that it needs a little something. Not using the whole stamp, just kind of turning it every which way. Adding a little bit something. I know for some of you this is too busy, and that's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion. I think I'm going to do some inking around the edge and see how we do. All right, I went ahead and inked over the whole thing, which you saw, so I don't know why I'm saying it, but you know, which pushed back some of the white a little bit. Yeah, some of the orange and the red were not totally dry, so it kind of blurred it out a little bit. I'm okay with that. It's a look. Um, and so now that compared to how it started out, which would have been like all bright colors like this, yeah, I think I like it. Plus, it still has the pieces behind there that peek through the background, but it's more of a background now instead of a full on thing. All right, let me grab corners. So these are the Tim Holtz corners, $7.99. They're not super cheap. I probably got them half price. I do try to do that. And I think I want like this, the aged. Do I want that one? Not that one. That one, or, and it comes with what, 8, 2, for enough for 3 books, for 3 journal covers. Okay, get back in there. Why you gotta be so mean? I think we're going with the coppery one since we have a lot of orange and stuff in here. That might make the most sense. And if you watch Gail Agostinelli, you've seen her do these plenty of times. Whoops. And I do like these. I have bought like cheaper versions on Amazon. But sometimes with those, your book has to be like a certain thickness, and that was annoying to me. So that's the more smooth one. I have 2 of these. One has more smooth on the inside, and one's more has like little ridges and whatnot, and it's just not good. It's no bueno. All right, let me grab my fabric pack. Did I mention yet that it's snowing today? I'm loving it. I mean, I didn't love that my son had to drive to work in it, but I do love it. Just being able to be inside and look at it. Whoops. Okay. So I'm just putting a little bit of Fabri-Tac on here just to, you might want to spread it out a little bit. Just so it'll stay on there and not come off. And then you press down, so it doesn't matter the thickness of your journal cover. Doesn't matter as much. Some people will use like a piece of cloth or a paper towel or something just to keep from getting those dent marks or whatever, but I'm not bothered. Don't want a lot of glue because you don't want it seeping out. Just enough just to, yes, this is the inside. Oh my word. I had to think about that for a second. I was like, oh no, what did I do? And if it's your first time using them, start on the back of the journal. And then if you mess up, it'll be on the back and it won't show. You know what I'm saying? I know it looks like I'm doing a lot, but I'm not because there's hardly any coming out. Hardly any. I don't know if I'll put pages, pockets inside here or not. I might. Sometimes I actually like to not put anything in on the, to not collage both sides because it just makes for a really thick journal cover. But sometimes I do it because I want the interest. And for this one, I kind of wanted the inside just to be all crazy bright and the outside be. See, now we're not going to know that that corner was lacking. Got it all taken care of. Need to make sure that's pressed down. So now we have it, and we've got our corners, which look nice. Oh, all right. You'll notice down here, I got a little. It wasn't super straight. I'm fine with that. It's a journal for me. If I was selling it, it would be a different story. But since it's just a journal for me, I'm okay with it. Do you want to just add a little bit of spray just to get a little bit of something else on there? And what else? Anything else? I think we're good. It's a little busy, but it's all right. And I'll let that dry. And so, yeah, we've got our cover. How am I going to do the closure? I don't know if it's strong enough to do the elastic around this way, but that's generally how I like to do it. And for that, probably make sure the outside's dry a little bit more first. Oh, look at this. More pieces need to be glued down. Shocker. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's put the cover on this glue before I forget. Because I've got a meeting in a couple hours. And so I might get distracted at that point in time. Okay, so this is a Crocodile Big Bite. You got to be careful because there's a hole punch and some other things that are also go by Crocodile. So you want to, oh, actually the Big Bite might be the other one. You want to make sure you're getting the Crocodile eyelet setter if you're looking for one of these. If you get it with the case, it costs a little bit more. The Big Bite is it this one or is it the one the green one? I don't know. It doesn't show a picture. Anyway, these are the instructions. Hold on to those just in case. Yeah, on Amazon, I think this by itself without the case is about $28, and with the case and the eyelets, it's like $44. Right now it's $44 because it's 6% off. The first year that I was doing journals, I actually had an eyelet setter that you use a hammer with, and that worked fine. But if you're making a lot, so if you're only making a couple journals a year, that's plenty. You don't really need it bigger than that. But if you are making a lot of journals, then you might want to spend the money. And if you're selling them, but if you're just making them for yourself, a $10 eyelet setter that comes with eyelets is fine. And then if you're buying replacements, you just want to make sure you get the right size, which is 1/8 and 3/16. I think I'll just use the matte black maybe, or the copper. Sure, the copper ones. Why not? I just need two. Yeah, two. They're gonna go on the back. So these are the 1/8. 1/8? Yeah, 1/8. I think 1/8. So the smaller ones. Those are two different colors. That's nice. That's just nice paying attention there, lady. I think things are pulling out. My brain just stopped braining for a second. Where did those go? Did I put them? I did. I put them back over here in the drawer. That was weird to my brain. All right, two copper ones. So I'm using the smallest one, which is on this side, which is I think it's a 1/8. Yep, 1/8. And then you can move this so that this thing here goes in or out. And that's, so if you want it to come in the same distance on each side, I actually want to go in pretty far with it because I might sew around this. No, I won't sew around this because, all right, we want the back, which is the back. I have the words on the front. Okay, so this is the back over here. So I am, well, if I can, no, I need to go further in a little bit. So I'm just going to try to line these two pieces. So I'm putting one down here and I'm putting one up here. I'm not measuring. I'm just doing my best to line them up. Are they going to be lined up perfect? Maybe not. Does it matter? Not really. All right, and then I think the last one I used was the bigger one. So I just need to turn this bottom one twice and this top one twice. And put that in there. The outside of the cover is where I want the pretty part to be. And then you take this nipple here and press it in and do it on the other one. That's technical term. I'm not being rude when I say the word nipple. That's the, I think that's what that's called, that little pokey out part. And then it smushes on the back. It's not always perfect, but you know, it's on the inside, so it doesn't really matter. And then I take some elastic. Elastic. If I can find my, just black will be fine. And I'm just going to double it because it's going to stretch. I'll do double plus a little bit just so I have enough to tie it. And if it gets to be like a thick journal or whatever. So maybe like 2.5 times, 2.25 times, 2 1/3 times the height of the journal. I don't know. And just going to come in down here. And I probably made it too long. Do I need it to? I don't know. but I'll have plenty to, and then I'm just going to tie it on the inside here. I'm not pulling it super tight. I'm just kind of, I'm not pulling it tight at all. I'm just bringing it to here and then tying it and hoping for the best. And if I have to put a new one on there and tie it, I will. All right, and then go around the other way. Okay. And then I can cut those off when I'm ready. And also like kind of have them down here, and I could hang charms from them if I wanted to or whatever. And then this comes around the front to hold it closed. So, and I think I got it enough so that it actually, it won't bend it won't put a crease in the cover because it's on the corner tab. So that will keep it from making a dent. So yeah, for the most part. So yeah, I'm going to have to do some repair work over here, looks like. But once I get my signatures in there, I might put some fabric or something over this anyway. So there is the cover done. So the next time you see this cover, I will be working on the pages to put inside. I did one page that would have come out on Saturday. So I'll make some pages off camera. And then show you all the pages all done and put them in the journal and whatnot. I'm thinking 2 to 3 signatures. And that should give me lots of room to put all the Happy Mail in, and hopefully some future Happy Mail as well. All right, that's it for today. I'll show you a close-up. Here we go. That light's not great in here. So there we go. Hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you. Bye.